Hello children. In my last class, I told you the difference between time and tense. And in this class, I'll be dealing with the tense forms because we have talked much about time. Now, as you know, we have two tense forms in English, present tense and past tense. Present tense is divided into four categories: simple present, present progressive, present perfect, present perfect progressive. And then past tense to four categories: simple past, past progressive, past perfect, and past perfect progressive. So you find these two tense forms according to new linguistic study, language study, and we do not have future tense form. So we'll be going to the time aspect again along with the tense form. Now we are dealing with present tense first. And when we are dealing with present tense first, we are dealing with two aspects: simple present, present progressive. Now, present perfect and present perfect progressive, they refer to past time. So, simple present and present progressive, they refer to present time. So, we'll be dealing with the present time, simple present and present perfect, present progressive. Present perfect will be dealing in the next class. Now, children, we have subject-verb agreement. We know it very well that we are to think of the subject first. In a sentence, subject is very important. And we have the agreement with the subject. Verb has the agreement. And therefore, the auxiliaries are used after the subjects in this manner. In the present time, you find I am, we are, you are, he is, she is, they are, Ram is, people are. Now, you cannot bring about any change because you are using present tense, present time. And you talk of past time, and there you find I was, we were, you were, he was, she was, they were, Ram was, people were. Now, on one side there is the subject, and on another side there is the verb. There is an agreement. You cannot say I are. You cannot say. Like you cannot say we am. There is a fixed principle underlying this agreement. So you have to remember this very well. Now, children, those who do not study this, they simply try to mug up the tense forms. They cannot learn it so well. So, children, you have to remember this agreement very well. Now, let us go for the next. Subject-verb agreement again. Now, in simple present tense form, we use verb 1. Now, I do my work, or I play football if you tell. I play football, I use the word play. Now, we play, you play, he plays. So, you find the inflection, verb 1 plus S. So, in this manner, it is described like this. I, and after that, verb 1 is to be used. After we, verb 1 is to be used. That means verb 1 means the base form of the verb, the present form of the verb. You, then verb 1. But after he, when you put verb 1, you have to put S or yes. He plays, she plays, they play. But after plural, third person plural, you have to use play. And then man, third person singular, again you are using the inflection, verb 1 plus S or yes. And then men, man is plural, so for that there is no inflection, so verb 1 is used. So this happens in simple present tense form. And in present progressive, you find this change. Now, subject-verb agreement, again you mark, after I, am, and then verb 1 plus ing, after we, because it is plural, first person plural, are, verb 1 plus ing, then second person you, then are, verb 1 plus ing, verb 1 means the base form or the present form. Now, he, after that, is plus verb 1 plus ing, she is verb 1 plus ing, they are verb 1 plus ing, Gopal is verb 1 plus ing, then people are, because people is plural, third person plural, so you are using are, then the present form, and then ing form. So what you mark that in present progressive tense form, you are using am is are, then the base form of the verb, the present form of the verb, and then ing. This is in present progressive. Now children, when we express about present time, we tell about simple present tense and present progressive tense only. We do not include present perfect or present perfect progressive, although they are in present tense form, but when we talk of present time, we only deal with these two tense forms. So this is very important. You have to remember that present perfect does not belong to the present time. Present perfect progressive does not belong to the present time. It belongs to present tense, but it does not belong to present time. This is very subtle, delicate. You have to remember this. Now we are dealing with simple present tense form. And when we talk about present time, we talk about present tense form. And children, we also use simple present tense when we talk about future time. This is very important, and that is why there is no future tense in English, where there is no fixed principle, there is no fixed form, and therefore we use simple present tense and we refer to future time. So we use simple present tense form to refer to present time and to future time. Now, when we talk of simple present tense, we talk of habit. Now, my mother gets up early. He walks up to school every day. Dogs bark at night. The shop opens at 8 o'clock. Now, these sentences are of habit because we do again and again. And when we do again and again, this speaks of the habit. My mother gets up early. That is her habit. He walks to school every day. That is his habit of walking. Dogs bark at night. They do it. That is their habit. And the shop opens at 8 o'clock because the shopkeeper has the habit of opening. So, all these four sentences deal with habit. Now, children, let us go for the next meaning, truth. Because I have told you, in tense form, you find the form as well as a kind of situation. In a particular situation, a tense is used. Now, there must be a meaning there. The truth is the meaning. That is the context. The sun rises in the east. This is the general truth. The earth goes round the sun. This is the general truth. The Mahanadi flows into the Bay of Bengal. This is also a truth. The Ganga rises in the Himalayas. Now, all these four sentences, they refer to truth. There is general truth, there is scientific truth also. Now, when you tell oil floats on water, that is a scientific truth. So, when there is a meaning of truth, children, you are to use simple present tense form. And you have more examples of simple present tense form. I am hungry. This is a state. In such state I am hungry. So, I am using only am, but it refers to simple present tense. Rakesh kicks the ball to Ramesh. Now, the commentator who is making a commentary on the football match, he is telling Rakesh kicks the ball to Ramesh, Ramesh heads it, and there is a goal. So, this is a commentary. Now, the situation is commentary and the playing of game. And in that situation, it is given Rakesh kicks the ball to Ramesh. The collector declares the flowers are open. Now, collector gives a formal declaration of the flower show opening on a particular time. The collector declares the flower show open. So, this is a formal declaration and the use of simple present tense. Now, the Prime Minister visits Pakistan tomorrow. This is an official timetable fixed. The Prime Minister has the official timetable. He has to follow the official timetable, and he will visit Pakistan tomorrow. Instead of telling he will visit, the use of simple present tense is there. The Prime Minister visits Pakistan tomorrow. Sometimes in the newspaper headline, you will find simple present tense used in the headline. Now, a stitch in time saves 9. A stitch in time saves 9 is a kind of riddle or a proverb. Now, many of the proverbs are having simple present tense form. And when I say, what is your name? You are asking somebody's name. In that context, you are using it in simple present tense form. I feel cold. Now, you cannot say, I am feeling cold, because feel is a verb of sense. Now, there are 5 sense verbs like feel, see, hear, taste, and smell. Now, when you use feel in a sentence, you are speaking of the feeling of the senses. Now, I feel cold, when you say, you are using it in simple present tense form. You cannot use it in I am feeling cold, because there is a rule that verb of senses cannot be used in progressive form. Now, that is a non-progressive verb. Now, she forgets my name. Now, forget relates to verb of mental ability. It has some relation with the mind. So, you cannot say, she is forgetting my name. That will be wrong. You have to say, she forgets my name. Now, every mother loves her child. This word love is also relates to mind. So, it is a mental verb or verb of mental ability, you can say. So, every mother loves her child. That is also used in simple present tense form. Now, so you found, children, different forms are used to express about simple present tense, and different meanings are there, different situations are brought in, and you are using simple present tense. So, I am hungry. Rakesh kicks his ball to Ramesh. The collector declares the flowers show open. Prime Minister visits Pakistan tomorrow. A stitch in time saves 9. What is your name? I feel cold. She forgets my name. Every mother loves her child. And You have further examples of simple present tense. The book belongs to me. The red light tells us that we must stop. He always speaks the truth. I take the test tube. I pour water into it. Here comes the bus. If it rains, I shall stay at home. The annual examination begins next month. Shakespeare is the master of tragedies. Now mark these sentences, children. The book belongs to me. Now belongs, it is a verb of possession. And so you have used simple present tense. I own this book. This book belongs to me. The red light tells us that we must stop. Now this is a signal. And the red light reports. It tells. So when it reports, then we are using simple present tense. He always speaks the truth. Now, we have used the adverb always, and therefore, we use adverb in simple present tense form, and this is an example. Now, I take the test tube, I pour water into it. Suppose in the laboratory you are making an experiment. I take the test tube, I pour water into it. So when you are saying that, you are using simple present tense form. Now here comes the bus. Now again you find the adverbial here, and then towards the end you find the mark of exclamation. So in such a sentence, in exclamatory sentence like this, you are to use simple present tense form. If it rains, I shall stay at home. Now this is a if clause, and in this if clause you find rains is used, rains, that is in simple present tense, and this is the subordinate clause. You will learn it later when you study in class 10, but this is a complex sentence. In this complex sentence, rains, that is in simple present tense form, and the annual examination begins next month, that is a based on fixed timetable, and this particular sentence refers to simple present tense, and Shakespeare is the master of tragedies, and in this particular sentence you find is used because is refers to simple present tense. So in all these sentences you found simple present tense form is used. Now, children, we'll be dealing with present progressive. Now in present progressive, we deal with an action or situation which is going on at the present moment of speaking. An incomplete action at present, it is going on. So you use present progressive. Now, you have different sentences for present progressive. I am writing a letter. He is entering the hall. It is raining now. She is doing her homework. And we are taking our lunch now. You are waiting for me. Now you see, I am writing a letter. The work is going on. He is entering the hall. The work is going on. It is raining now. The work is going on. She is doing her homework. The work is going on. Now, she is doing her homework. If you think it seriously, then you may know that the doing of homework started little bit in the past. So, this does not belong to a single time. It has some reference towards past also, but very little reference. So, we put it in present progressive. Now, we are taking our lunch now. This is also happening at the present moment. And so, this is in present progressive form. And you are waiting for me. This is also in present progressive form. Now, children, you have further examples to know about present progressive. My father is writing a novel. Now, in this particular sentence, the writing of novel is going on now. But My father started writing this novel little bit in the past also, and he will be doing the work again in future also. So this particular tense form, present progressive, does not belong to progressive only, to the present time. It has some reference towards past and future. Then patient's condition is worsening day by day. Gradually, there is a gradual worsening. He is going bad day after day. So this refers to the gradual process of present progressive. She is always biting her nails. Now, there is the use of adverb again, always, because this particular sentence gives us some kind of irritation. We don't like it. So we tell, she is always biting her nails. I am leaving for Cuttack tomorrow. Now, we refer to future time, but we use present progressive. I am feeling thirsty. We say it in present progressive because at present I am feeling thirsty. My thirst is in present time. So I am feeling thirsty. I cannot say I feel thirsty because at the present time I am feeling thirsty. Now, in the same manner, I am having a bath. Now, this particular verb, have, does not mean possess. Like I tell, I have a dog. In this sentence, I have a dog, I possess the dog. The dog is mine. But here in this sentence, I am having a bath. I cannot say that have means possess. Have means here take. I am taking a bath. So, my father is writing a novel. Patient's condition is worsening day by day. She is always biting her nails. I am leaving for Cuttack tomorrow. I am feeling thirsty. I am having a bath. All these sentences have the use of present progressive, but in different context. The situations are different. And so you found that present progressive is used in a moment, in a brief period, and present progressive refers to temporary action. And something started before. My father is constructing a house. If I tell, the construction started in the past and it will go on. It is going on now. So, this refers to a work starting before continuing and it will go on again. So, present progressive tense also gives you this meaning, and it may not happen at the time of speaking. And present progressive, you do not use the non-progressive verbs, the verb of senses, the verb of mental ability. As I have told you, the stative verbs are also not used in present progressive, like a verb belong, cost, own. All these verbs, they have the simple present tense form. They are not used in present progressive. And so, children, you found that every tense form, like the simple present tense and the present progressive tense, they have different situations, and in different situations they are used. And you are to remember the non-progressive verb, and non-progressive verb can be used in simple present tense. Now, verbs of senses, they are to be used in simple present tense, not in present progressive. And all stative verbs are to be used in simple present tense, not in present progressive. Now, you have to remember the form also. as I have told you in the beginning, that in present tense, you have to remember the subject and the verb and the conjugation of the verb. You have to find the main verb and its three forms, that you have to be conscious about that. And again, you have to be conscious about the use of am, is, are, verb plus ing, when you use present progressive. So children, today I discussed with you about the simple present tense and about the present progressive form. And I told you how present progressive and simple present tense form, they also refer to future time. That I have told you, and you have to remember that. And so you cannot just tell that a single tense form refers to a single time. No, it has a reference to other times also. So simple present tense refers to future time, and present progressive also refers to future time. When we deal with future times, we'll go in details how different tense forms they refer to future time. So today I have only dealt with you about simple present tense and present progressive. Thank you very much.